guest on the WAC Basketball Podcast is UT Arlington's Marcell McCreary. The senior guard is originally from Fort Worth, Texas, but spent the last 4 years in Colorado at both Air Force and Northern Colorado. Before his senior campaign, he wanted to play closer to family and friends, so UT Arlington was the perfect fit, and he's had an electric campaign. He leads the team in scoring at over 13 points a game. He's the leading three-point percentage shooter, and he has the most steals on the team. He talks about the impact he's making on the UT Arlington Mavericks as they are chasing a WAC championship. I'm now joined by Marcell McCreary of UT Arlington men's basketball. And Marcell, the Mavs are off to a hot start so far in league play. There's a ton of teams close in the standings. The Mavericks, one of many teams in the league with 6 wins. You guys are sitting 6-3 in conference play, coming off of a tough overtime loss to California Baptist. But where do you see this team as we're about a month out from the conference tournament in Las Vegas?
I see this team being one of the top teams. I feel like that last game went to overtime, but we battled back with like a minute 20 left, and I think that says a lot more than just the win and loss itself, to show that we can fight like that and that we're competing with the rest of these teams. And we weren't even expected. I think we were projected like fourth or third. So us being tied first, 1-2, being in that conversation, that's real nice right now.
Yeah, and you look at that game. I mean, you were big in the second half there. You hit 2 3-pointers with under a minute to go, and that really helped bring you guys within 2. Then Amari Reed gets the putback dunk, so it forces overtime. So what were you feeling during that game as you led all scorers with 19 points?
I was in the first half, I was feeling like, man, like, can it get any worse? But the second half, my team just kept telling me to shoot him, kept believing in me. Knew had to go, had one had to go down at some point, so I kept shooting, hit 2, and then the freshman cleaned us up, took us to overtime. So that was nice. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I mean, you're a senior, so you're experienced in the collegiate game, and there are going to be games where the shots aren't falling, and so you said you relied on your teammates. But what is key in those situations when it's just not working? But you're the Mavs' leading point scorer. Your team relies on you to go out there and put up points night in and night out.
The thing is just I tried to affect the game in other ways, rebounding, steals. I know I had a couple of those. I had a couple. I think I had like 4 or 5 assists in the first half. Just trying to impact the game in other ways, and just always telling my team that like we can always come back, we can always win. Like because a lot of teams may have gave up at that point with a minute 20 down, double digits, but no, we kept saying let's fight. Like we've been here before. We didn't work hard for them to just come in our place and just run us over. So that's what I'm telling the team and thinking.
And you look at the Mavs as a whole. I mean, this team is really solid on defense. You guys are second in the league in scoring defense. You guys are bottom of the league in team field goal percentage. So how much do you rely on that defensive pressure to make that translate to offense in order to be in the conversation and be sitting at the top of the WAC standings?
I guess I could say a lot. Like it's a lot. We've been working on defense since the summer. Summer's been a bit. Defense been a big thing for us. I think they said they recruited for defense, just so we can get those stops and turn our defense into offense, and hopefully that offense comes along soon.
And, this is a unique year where we're playing every team 3 times in the conference. So you've pretty much have gone through that first round. Now you're seeing teams for a second time. You got a big week. You're on the road twice, going to Utah Tech, Utah Valley. The Wolverines were one of the teams that handed you one of the early conference losses. Now you get to see them again on the road. What has been key this week in practice so that you can make some of those adjustments and get a huge road dub?
I feel like the biggest thing is just like toughness, like going out there and hitting the team first, not letting them hit us. That's where we feel like we messed up on the last trip and the last game. So this is kind of like a redemption trip, because we didn't play so well in Utah Tech last time, and in Utah Valley we obviously lost, but I think we let them punch us in the mouth first, kind of surprised us, and so yeah, it's like a redemption trip.
Looking at your journey, so you were born in Detroit, but you were raised right here in Fort Worth, Texas. But your college journey took you far from home. So you started at Air Force for 2 years, then you were at Northern Colorado. We'll start with Air Force, and that's a bit of a different college experience where you're a part of the military. Take me through why that was the right decision for you at the time and what you gained from that experience.
At the time, I think COVID had hit, and they're one of the teams like that kept just, texting me, letting me know because I don't think like COVID really affected them like with the returners and stuff that year. And so they were staying in contact. So, I feel like that was the best thing for me. And I knew someone else that was going there, Corbin Green. So I kind of had a relationship with him. And it was definitely like a different like atmosphere for sure. Uh, I don't even regret it. Met a lot of cool people, but uh, I think that right there, I think that built a lot of character for me, and may have built me as a person and on the court, just like with talking to my team, learning how to talk to people. That's just military stuff. Like you're in a business where you have to talk to people, and like no matter who they are, it's different from a whole bunch people from whole different backgrounds. Um, so yeah, I think that helped me a lot on the court too. Like just being able to talk to my team, be a leader in that way.
What is it like when you go to a military institution where you have to focus on basketball, you have your academics, and then you have your other duties outside of that? So you're really balancing three major components, and that obviously has to teach you a lot about time management, about discipline. But what is it like going to a military institution for collegiate sports?
Like I said, it's definitely different. I know my mornings were extra early. I had early morning class because practice got to be on the second half of the day. So we got early morning classes. Then you're in practice at like 2, maybe a study hall in between there. Um, and then you're probably getting study hall again. And if you want to go back to the gym, you can. I went my freshman year, so it was a little different. We got different like restrictions and stuff. So, stuff of that nature. But it's definitely different. Um, it's definitely I feel like it's gonna put you in like situations that you never thought you'd be in, and you just gotta find a way out. So, I mean, I appreciate them for that too.
And then you go to Northern Colorado, you spend 2 years there, you're in the Big Sky, and then you transition for another year in the WAC now at UT Arlington. What was it like in the recruiting process with KT Turner, the opportunity to come home for your senior year, play closer to friends and family, and be a part of this team chasing a WAC championship?
That was just the whole plan. That was just God's plan. Like right when I hit the portal, the reason was for me to get closer to home. I've been in Colorado the last 4 or 5 years. Parents, family, friends haven't really been able to come to the games for real, for real. Um, so I think when Coach KT found out I wanted to come home, and I got other connections throughout the coach, and then he knows some of my people that I listen to. I think it was just easy. Like, hey, I heard you want to come home, and should we want you here, and came on a visit, and I committed around the visit.
And obviously, this is a team that I think had just two returners from last year. So, pretty much a brand new roster. You guys are starting from scratch at the beginning of the summer. How were you able to seamlessly insert yourself into this team so that you could have that chemistry and be one of the go-to reliable guys for the squad?
Just every day in practice. I mean, it wasn't easy. We got a deep roster. These guys are good, and these young guys are gonna be good, and even better. But just showing my leadership. I feel like that was the biggest thing I had. Like I got time and I got the leadership. Because I mean, hitting shots is hitting shots. Like, we have a lot of guys that can hit shots. But with that leadership, I think with that, like they kind of like it's just kind of like okay, like we can trust this guy to be there for us, and we could be there for him um, on that part.
You had mentioned previously that you got a lot of leadership experience and help from your father. He really helped make you a leader that people can rely on. That's something that probably necessarily didn't come easy, and you have to build that over time. So, how important was your father in building that leadership? And now that you're a senior, I mean, look how far you've come in being that guy that, hey, if we're down, guys are turning to you because they know that you can pick them up and be that spark.
Nah, he's helped a lot in every game and every day. I kind of see more of myself in him. I mean, he led me. I mean, as a father, basketball on the court and off the court. He just did so much. He taught me through a lot of stuff. Just walked me through a lot of stuff and explained to me. I feel like that's a good leader. Even though like he messes up in life and stuff like that, but I mean, I feel like he's learned from those mistakes. Um, and yeah, so I just pay attention to him, really just kind of follow in his footsteps. But like every game, the way I'm talking to my teammates, my antics, everything, I'm kind of like seeing myself in him like a little bit.
Love that. And obviously, your parents' regular fixtures in the stands, being able to come out to all the games.
Indeed, everyone. I don't think they missed a home game.
Love it, love it. What is one of the things that Coach Turner has challenged you with in this second half of the season and the end of conference play before the tournament?
Uh, Kind of just staying on these guys around this time. A lot of people get bored or think at this time thinking about the portal or don't like their team or don't like their coach, something like that. But he's kind of challenged me to just keep these guys together, keep that leadership going. There hasn't really been nothing on the court. He's actually challenging my defense. They say I got to get more rebounds and play better defense, and I just I take that challenge every day in practice, and I try it in the games.
Hey, you got 38 steals on the year, the team's leader in that category. What is one thing that you want Mavs fans? I know it's the second half of the season, but what is one thing that maybe Mavs fans don't know about you that you want to share?
But they don't know about me. Like anything is a random fact. It's
Anything.
random.
It can be, yes, it can be unique hobby, it can be interesting fact, it can be anything you want. Floor is open.
Uh, okay. I'm a breakfast guy. I love pancakes. Uh, that's really it. That's a fun fact right there.
Breakfast guy, what type of pancakes? Any?
Annie, I don't know how you could really mess up pancakes. So,
You can burn them.
yeah, I guess you can't do that. Yeah.
Anyway, back to basketball. You hit the road for two big games. As the season approaches the conference tournament, take me through what it's like for this squad to go on the road because home games, you said it, they are what they are, but if you can get a few on the road in their hostile environments that these teams pose, what is it like to go on the road with this squad and know that on any given night you guys can come out with a really, really tough road victory?
Um, I mean, it's a nice feeling though. We gotta go out there and give our best, and teams are gonna give them. They're gonna give them our best, or they gonna give us their best. Um, it goes back to sticking together. Whether someone's down or someone's off that night, someone there to pick them up, or one of these young guys come pick one of the old guys up. So it's nice going on the road with these guys. I feel like we can get these two. If we can get these two, then it's really gonna show like a message to the league, like, okay, like these guys can win on the road too.
Rayshawn Seamster is the team's second leading scorer. You two have become kind of a dynamic duo. What's it like to work with him? And he's a guy that's one of the few returners, so he might have been able to bring you into Coach KT's Turner system and help you adjust.
Yeah, he's kind of helped me with Coach KT, just let me know like how what stuff is kind of like, what Coach KT kind of wants. I mean, he also helps me out on the court, setting me screens, and going to get the rebound. He plays hard. I mean, he works for those points. He works for the rebounds. He works for it. So I appreciate that of him, and I mean, he kind of shows me what I need to be doing, what I could do a little bit more, especially on the defensive end too. Um, so yeah, I appreciate Ray a lot.
Well, Marcel, it's been great catching up with you. Best of luck as UT Arlington hits the road. They'll take on Utah Tech on Thursday and then Utah Valley on Saturday. Best of luck, and we will catch up in Vegas.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.